guys. As you can see, I'm down in my cave having a little coffee, trying to get my fire going well. It is cold here. There we go, that should help. Boop, boop, boop. It is. It is definitely a little on a brutal side. Couple things here. Let me open up my Discord. It's funny. I've been watching a lot of stuff. Oh my God, it feels like 4. 4 is an age. 4 is not a temperature. Oh, yeah. Up north of where I am, it's very cold. I mean, we're not terrible. I mean, we're like in the 20s, which is not great, but, it's still not wonderful. Still not wonderful. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah. You had snow last night? Mm-hmm. To me, I could be wrong, but to me it seems like this cold has really come early. Like, I remember a couple cold days, like after Thanksgiving, but, I know for us, we're supposed to be cold through the weekend, I believe. And by cold, I don't mean like, where it should be in the 30s, mid-30s, but, I mean cold. But... so it's funny, as I said, I've been the past 2 days I've been busy. We have stairs that go up, to where our bedrooms are and where there's a other family room. And, it was carpeted, when we moved in the house, and, the carpet was starting to look a little crummy. So we decided, let's pull it up, and, everything starts out with a good idea, right? Let's pull it up, and we'll sand them over, and we'll put some treads on them and stain them and all that. Simple enough, but that never works. So when we took the carpet off, they obviously, when they painted the ceiling or whatever, they did not cover the stairs, because underneath the carpet was the raw wood that had paint splatter all over it. So, you see that and you're like, oh, fuck. So, and then of course you got all the staples and the nails in the wood from the carpet. And so, it's a process, it's a process. And, I'm not young. I can't do like, 5 hours a day on this stuff. I can't physically do that much. So it's taking long, but, I'm taking my time, and, oh yeah. And eventually it'll be done. But, I was able to pop on, when I was taking breaks, and, kind of, check my messages and all that. And again, I want to thank everybody, because there are so many people that send me screenshots of stuff or clips of videos, or tell me, when people are on. And, it really kind of helps. And it gives me, something to focus or talk about with my lives. But I'll tell you, the box hopping that I have seen in the past 24 hours is head spinning. Absolutely head spinning. And I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to name names. But what I find hilarious is that, everybody who follows me, and follows other creators on here, know what these people are all about. And I don't need to say their names. They're going to come up relatively soon. But, you know, you sit there and you listen to these people talk, and you just have to laugh because the lies that so easily roll off their tongue is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now, one of those people who I haven't even talked about, okay? I have not talked about She Extra. I have not discussed anything about her. I was in a live with her in Pep's Live last week, and, you know, we were both very cordial, and, you know, there were no problems, and, you know, it is possible to be in a live with somebody if you don't like them. And, you know, she and I said a couple things to each other, and, you know, not a big deal. So when I saw her box hopping yesterday and boo-hooing about, oh, Scammy did this, Scammy did that, and yeah, she made me feel bad because of my wish list, and she did this and that, and my wish list, all it was for was a wheelchair and a shower stool. Bullshit. If she wants to keep pushing that story, let her do it, because look who her audiences are. Look who her audiences are. The audience that she boo-hoos to are the same people that believe stuff without seeing any proof. So she knows she's got a captive audience because, you know, it doesn't matter. If people do not like me, they're going to believe anything bad that people say. But the best part is that I know, and many people know what was on the wish list because we all looked at it. And if she wants to keep pushing this story, oh, woe is me, I was so sick, I needed a wheelchair, and let's talk about that supposed wheelchair she needed. Begging for a wheelchair, okay? And then, you know, the hospital wouldn't pay for it, and she was pissed off. And then, you know, first her insurance wouldn't cover it, and she was pissed off. And then remember, lo and behold, all of a sudden, the insurance company said that they would cover it. And miraculously, she didn't need it anymore. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? She didn't need it anymore as soon as insurance was going to cover for it. Now, her dad said he hated her when he was telling the story about when... I don't know what that's about. So, again, really weird. I mean, you know, we've seen that a lot of times on TikTok where people say they need something, and then you say something like, oh, I'll buy it for you, and then they're like, no, it's okay. Yeah. Listen, I agree with you, Stace. I agree with you. But I'm not talking about that right now. I'm talking about the lies. Now, this is the GoFund or the wish list that she said she had, which was not the wish list. Now, she said that, and look at the price of that, by the way. Remember that, $128.38. She said that, oh, well, we make Christmas lists, and, you know, because people were talking about her husband's wish list and all that, which is weird because I'm going to tell you what. If I were to make a wish list for my family for what I wanted for Christmas, which was what she said it was, why would you post it on your TikTok? Right, and the wish list, yeah, it happened in October. But why, if you make a wish list for your family, so your family knows what to buy you, why would you post it on TikTok in the first place? Okay, so that's the first thing. She had a wish list up, which was nothing. It was not what I just showed you. Her excuse after that was, oh, well, I didn't know that was the one that was up there. Oh, that's not, that's not what no, it's not that one. It's this one. And then all of a sudden, she took it down and then put this one up. So don't go into boxes and lie to people and say that this is what your wish list was. It was not. And there's enough people in here that had seen the original wish list that you were sending people to. But, you know, you can file this under all these people that believe she extra and they're, oh, we feel so bad for you. Oh, that wish, oh, they shouldn't have, you know, Scammy shouldn't have, you know, blocked you because you had a wish list. Oh, fuck yeah. Because you know why? If I had her in here in my boxes with wish lists, what would have happened? Scammy allows people in her live, in her boxes that are friends with her that has wish lists. So I would have taken one up the rear end for that. And now, since I do something about it, now I'm wrong for that also because I blocked her. Okay, whatever. So what they say, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Well, I went with my gut on this one, and I'm not bothered about that. Now, again, the other reason why myself and a lot of people were concerned is because she was always flexing to Sean about, oh, well, my husband makes 6 figures, and I've got everything I need, and my husband buys me whatever I want. And then her husband comes on, this was, I don't know, maybe over a month ago, and says he makes $140,000 a year. So somebody who's bringing in $140,000 a year can't buy a wheelchair for $128.38? Does that make any sense? So, you know, the people that want to bring her in a box and go over to her live and, oh, I'm so sorry. Scammy is such a bitch. This is just another example of people that will look foolish down the road. Because they believe this shit. And they feel so bad until, I mean, to me, it doesn't seem like people did their due diligence. They didn't do their background on these people. Heard that one before. So, you know, she can go into as many lives as she wants. And let people feel sorry for her. And remember, oh, one more thing. Remember, she is the one, and there is a video on the page that somebody made saying that she never had cancer. There is a video on there. This is the same person who said she caught lung cancer because when the surgeon was doing surgery on her neck, I'm not sure, I think it may have been a thyroid or something, that she inhaled cancer. And that's how she got lung cancer. So please, all the people over there that have had her in boxes and all that, continue to bring her in. Because that just goes to show you who you allow in a box. Hi, kitty. Yeah, I'm serious. I am dead serious. She said that she inhaled I don't know if it was like the tumor that was getting cut out or something, but she said she inhaled it and that's how she got lung cancer. I kid you not. Yes. Mm-hmm. No, of course it doesn't happen that way. So that's that little thing that I wanted to talk about. And again, listen, she can talk what she wants. I have no animosity towards her. You know, there are people like her on this app, and she gets called out. She's not invited into my lives anymore. It's like they have a fucking hissy fit that they can't come in here. That's the beauty of TikTok, though. If people don't want you in their live, they have that block button for a reason. And don't complain to me that I blocked you. Why did I block you? Okay, so that's that. Next. Check that off my list. I heard part of Snark's live from yesterday. Now, let's review something. Let me get my video out here. Hold on, let me see what profile I'm on. Yeah, I gotta get out of this one. Hold on. Do. Let's go. Get me out of this one. Okay. Now, I want to play for you. I want to play for you the video that I posted with Smark, okay? This was from yesterday, okay, when she was in Florida Man's Live. So let me turn this up. I'm going to turn this because I'm going to put some more wood in, but let's listen to it.
Thanks to the great country we live in, there is something called the Freedom of Information Act.
I'm gonna give her ideas, and I'm gonna make sure.
No, we don't even have to FOIA. We don't have to FOIA fuck all. We don't have to FOIA a fuck thing. Okay. We don't have to FOIA a fuck thing. Exactly what the fuck they just showed me told me who the fuck did it. Oh. I don't need to FOIA a fuck thing.
I don't think she
the paperwork that they had, the account names and all the papers that they had,
and all
I know who they fucking came from. Oh my gosh.
Who'd they come from?
Now. Hold on. Before I play this, I want you to listen to Florida Man absolutely start windmilling, okay? Listen to the fear in his voice. This is fucking classic. Listen to this. This is what happens when he's hit with truth and he realizes it's the truth. Listen.
Give her time.
Give her time. Give her time.
It came from Mittens. And
did you hear that gasp? Did you hear the gasp? Listen to the gasp. I'm not sure who it's from. Listen to the gasp when Snark says Mittens.
It came from Mittens.
Listen to the gasp.
And fucking Sunshine.
Wait, I talked over it, of course.
All that information.
Hold on. You gotta hear that because it is.
Fucking Sunshine. It came from Mittens and fucking Sunshine. All that information that they just showed me is the same fucking information that you guys gave them.
Okay.
Thanks to the great country we live in.
So, now, let's review. Mittens and a couple other people reported Snark to the FBI. And as she just said, Mittens and Sunshine. Now, I have seen emails. Not emails. I've seen messages. Definitely the Mittens really was pushing everybody. Mittens was pushing everybody to report. But there's a problem. The problem is Mittens is good friends with everybody over there. Mittens is good friends with everybody over there. So, of course, fuck that. We got to protect our own. So what did they do last night? All of a sudden, I did it. All of a sudden, I was one of them. Now, where did they come up with that? When I was streaming the live where she talked about that, I said, I have never contacted the FBI regarding Snark and this whole situation that started with the FBI looking at her. What I did say is that I only reached out via email to the investigator when she said she was going to call my wife's job, because the investigator said if Snark begins to threaten any of you for retaliation because of this investigation, you need to let me know. And that's what I did. And that was what, like a month and a half ago, maybe? Not even. So in November, maybe? So no Snark. I did not contact the FBI regarding your initial investigation. I have not talked to the investigator. I emailed her to let her know that you were threatening. And you said you called my wife's job. So don't twist this. Don't try to protect your own over there. Don't try to protect that Mittens had nothing to do with it. And don't put me in as the scapegoat for this. I had nothing to do with it. And you're never going to find that I had anything to do with it, because I never did. Like I said a couple nights ago, imagine a perfect world where nobody lied anymore. Imagine that. I don't remember a time where it's more likely that people lie on this app than people tell the truth. I mean, what the fuck has happened to our country where this type of behavior is not only okay, but it's accepted? It's crazy. Now, the CPS calling Snark, no, I do not agree with that. And I've said it a million times. Unless somebody is in immediate danger and you can absolutely guarantee that, as a mandated reporter, number one, or as somebody that is concerned citizen, if you can absolutely, in your heart of hearts, feel that there is a child in danger, do not fucking waste the resources. They have enough going on. They are busy enough. People that work for the states with whatever it's called, Department of Children and Family, Youth Service, whatever it is, they've got their hands full already. We always talk about people calling the cops for no reason, just to have the cops go to somebody's house, just to irritate the person. And how do I know that? I experienced that. Why waste the fucking resources? You know, if that's what you have to go to get back at somebody because you got nothing else, then it's time to pack it. You pack it in and you do something else. Find somebody else to go after, because when you start wasting resources of CPS, you start wasting resources for local police, then at that point you're just an asshole. Okay, that and that. I got a message from Jen today. And it was funny. I get a message from an account that says 00. And it says, come on, Scammy, let's talk. I'm thinking, okay, who do I think this is? My first guess, Jen. My second guess was She Extra. But my first guess was correct. My first guess was correct. Oh, you've got messages from her for the last... yeah. So, I'll show you. Just so you could see here. So she writes me, Scammy. Come on, Scammy, let's talk. And I said, don't know who you are, but I love talking. It's Jen. Come to my live. We have a lot to discuss. Now, you notice how she's nice? What could we possibly have to discuss? A lot. Don't be shy. Come on over. You said some false things about me, so come over. I'll pass. Thanks for the invite, though. You're scared. You're scared. Thanks for letting me know. So that was my first reaction. You're scared. Thanks for letting me know. And a liar. End of messages. Ah. I'm scared. What the fuck do I have to be scared of with her? She should be happy. I mean, you know, she's got this GoFundMe that Florida man started that has only made, what, $125? Y'all a bunch of broke bitches over there, aren't you? $125 in 24 hours, that's it? Let's put it into comparison here. In less than 8 hours on my GoFundMe that I had regarding Florida man, over $1,600. But for Jen, because everybody loves her, guys. Everybody over there. When she's in boxes, people always say, oh, I love you, Jen. Jen, I love you. Oh, Jen, I love you. Love you, girl. Love you, girl. Yeah, send them. Can you send them to my email? I would appreciate it. Anybody who got emails from her recently, if you would be so kind as to send them to my email, scammyclaus@gmail.com. Don't use an E at the end of clause. But so for somebody that people want in jail, over $1,600 for people who are supporting Jen because she's doing great, guys. And they all love her. I think she's at $125, maybe $150. Y'all broke bitches over there. Come on. She's your girl, folks. She's your girl. You support her. Come on. Send your money in. I mean, you don't know what the money's going for, quite honestly. I mean, you know, Scotty's wife told us some things about Jen's clean date that Jen admitted to. But it's almost 2 years according to Jen, right? Regarding Snark's CPS, according to what Snark said, the people that called CPS on her because she based it on what she supposedly saw in some paperwork was Mittens and Sunshine. Now, I've since gotten some messages, and I'll post them later if I get permission to, that Sunshine wasn't even involved in it. But I do have messages regarding what Mittens put in there. So if I get permission to post that, I will. But getting back to Jen. I don't care what anybody says over there, okay? I don't care what people say over there. Nobody knows if she's clean. Because how many times in the past has she said she's clean and she wasn't? Do you remember that lame poker chip a little over 2 years ago? Where she said it was her poker chip from being clean? That was a lie. She said her clean date was January of 2024? We know that's a lie. Oh, she's up to 160. Okay, good. Broke bitches. Let's go. Get her that money. Shit, it's only $700, guys. Y'all broke. Clean out your fucking savings account for Jen. Do it. Send her all your money, guys. Good. Send her everything. Because you know why? Let me tell you why. We know Jen's history. We've seen this before, right? We've seen this before. She hits the high peaks and then she hits the low lows. She says she's doing great. She says she's got a job. All this stuff, and that's fantastic. But what have we seen happen so many times in the past? And I'm not even talking this year. I'm talking last year, the year before, the year before. What happens? She loses her job for some reason. So now she doesn't have any income. And now she's going to have a problem staying in her apartment. And now she doesn't have money for food. We've heard that one so far. I wish I had Christmas decorations, but all my Christmas decorations were lost. Oh, it worked. Because those bozos over there, they think that it makes people that have covered Jen for a long time angry. Because they're sending her money or gifts. We don't care because you know what? It makes it that much funnier when there's a big falling out and Jen starts hitting people up on the back end for money And then people realize what she's all about, because it is a pattern. It is a pattern. It's happened over and over again. So I hope they throw all their money. I hope they do. Send all your money. Send anything she wants. Buy her everything on that wish list. Do everything. Do everything you need to. Because the more you send, the harder you're going to fall when you realize you all have been duped. And that's when we laugh. Because at that point, we're not going to care that everybody got duped. And we saw it coming a mile away. So again, guys, listen. If y'all don't get that $700 in that GoFundMe by tonight, that's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. You're all over there saying how much you love her. And, oh, we need to give to her. She's doing great. Send her all your fucking money. Come on, 150, whatever it is. Get the rest of it. It's only $700. Come on, I was able to get $700 for the GoFundMe in the first hour. Y'all are broke bitches. The GoFundMe is because Jen is doing such a great job that she deserves to have a great Christmas. Because you know who doesn't deserve to have a great job? Kids that are in shelters, mothers with kids in shelters that lost their home because maybe they had too many medical bills and they couldn't pay their mortgage anymore. Veterans that are without their family and they're living in a shelter. Military overseas. Nah, don't plan ahead and, give any money to those people. No. Don't give money to, your state's organization that takes care of kids up for adoption. Don't give your money to those places. Oh, it's still at 125? Don't give money to those places, okay? Don't do that over there. That's the wrong thing to do. The right thing to do is to send all that money to the GoFundMe for Jen. Because of the animal abuse charges, the domestic violence charges that she had, the fake lawsuit that she made against Mel and never showed up, the lying over the years, the 2 cars that TikTok bought for her, the lies when she said she had jobs and she didn't, all the money she scammed off of people, all the times that she said that she was going to off herself to get the heat off of her for doing something stupid. I mean, I can think of, in just the time that I followed her, I could think of a half dozen times she did that. A half dozen times. But send her your money, guys. Do it. Show us that you support her. Because she's doing great now, guys. She's doing great. She's doing great. Don't send it to people in need. Don't send it to, your DV shelters. Don't send it to Make-A-Wish Foundation. Don't send it to your local animal welfare society. Send it to Jen. Because she deserves it. And you know what amazes me? What amazes me? All the people that sit over there. And they know that she has faked and she has blamed people for her saying she was going to off herself, to manipulate people. And they're okay with that. Yep, Deb, she is. Do you find it funny? Do you find it funny that all of the donations over there are anonymous? I wonder why that is. Oh yeah, she faked cancer too, twice. I wonder why everybody is anonymous as a donor. Come on, she's your girl, guys. Why are you embarrassed to put your name there? You sit up in boxes with her. Why are you embarrassed to put your name? To show that you support her. I'll tell you why, because you fucking don't. You're using her. Everybody is using her for one reason only. Because she doesn't like me, and she doesn't like T, and she doesn't like a couple other people. That's why. It has nothing to do with wishing her the best. If the people over there wanted the best for her, that GoFundMe would have been taken care of in less than an hour or two. Oh, is 50 in here? Or are you just saying hi because he watches from the outside? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They all use each other for one purpose. And you know what happens? As soon as they don't need that person around anymore, they push them to the side. And that will happen because we've seen it done a million times. And again, you know, let them have their fun. But for Christ's sake, support her. Send their money. Jesus. 125 freaking bucks. That's it. Hold on, I'm texting somebody. So yeah, guys, get on that. Get on it. Send her the money. But yeah, you know, I saw last night in her live that she had something on her screen that said, "Scammy, come in and take a box." Yeah, again, when hell freezes over, I'll do that. I love these people. And it's funny, she extra did the same thing. Scammy, come over here and take a box. Seriously, these people think I'm going to come in there? There's a reason why people are blocked. It's because I don't want anything to do with them. But yeah, I'll hop, skip, and jump right over to your live in your box. Just get over it. And you know, I was listening to part of Jen's live from last night. And you had Jen Savage in a box. And she said something like, you know, people need to get over it. You know, Jen can block and kick people out of boxes as she wishes to protect herself. And since it's her platform, it's up to her who she wants in there and who she doesn't. And she has the right to do that. Jen, it's probably the first thing I agree with you on, Savage. You're 100% right. These people that boo-hoo about, oh, I'm blocked, they blocked me, how dare they? Just stop. Just stop. I want to play, let me see if I can find that, because, me. What am I looking for? Okay, hold on. Do 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 do. Here it is. Let me play some of Jen's live from last night. You know, it's funny. The other thing that was funny that I was thinking about, you know, we know Jen is in Florida Man's lives all the time, right? We know that. I mean, she's always in a box over there, and most of the time she's not even talking. And quite honestly, most of the time, I don't even think they're paying attention to her. But, you know, she thinks it's this great thing, you know, that, oh, there's 190 people in here. Oh, yeah, there's 190 people in here, and I'm in a box. And then she goes into her own live. And I don't know how many people were in there, but I guarantee you that 99% of them are the same people that were just in Florida Man's live. That's not a flex. It's not a flex that you're on your own platform and you got a lot of people in there more than you used to, because you know what? Jen lost her real friends. There were people that used to go into her lives that were her friends, her real friends. She may have a handful of those people in there, but the majority of the people in there, they're not in there because of Jen. They're in there because it's that group mentality. It's that, I mean, they move around in a pack, you know? They move around there in a pack. I've seen it firsthand, you know? I'll be in somebody's live that has absolutely nothing to do with them, and then all of a sudden, the numbers start going up, and all the people start coming in, and people start jumping in boxes and talking about me. I mean, it's like they have a system of contacting, you know, everybody and say, go over to this live because so-and-so is there. She lost that. She lost all of her friends. And it's sad. I mean, y'all remember, you know, and I'm not going to say names, but there were a couple people that were very close to her. People that are in her lives now, and look at who her mods are. Look who her mods are. You got 50. You got Jen Savage. And by the way, Jen, thank you so much for a shout out to me using my name Scammy. I like that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad I could be your creative inspiration. So I'm going to play some of this. I'm not going to play all of it, though. It's just, I want you to hear some of the comments. Yeah, she was looking for mods. Why? Because she doesn't have anybody anymore. Because all of her true friends are no longer there. And you know what happened? They left because of her.
And as everybody knows,
Oh, blah, blah, blah. Amanda. Oh, yeah. Here it comes. Amanda's going to apologize to Jen again because, you know, she used to trash on Jen as soon as like less than a year ago. She used to trash on Jen when she was in T's Live. But it's okay now, guys. It's okay now because she apologized to her. And Jen and her are good again. So she's just going to go into this long, hot air, blah, 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 about how we've all done shitty stuff on this app, blah, 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 blah. Boring. Here's what she has here. Scammy, come take a box. This was from last night. Yeah. Jen, you know what? I have a life. I was sleeping. I don't listen to your bullshit. I listen to it on a record.
For putting yourself through all that crap.
Mm.
All that unnecessary bullshit. When you didn't have to. You know, you are worthy. Mm. You do deserve what everyone else deserves on this planet. You deserve just as much as they do.
No. You know why?
I do want to let everybody know, Monster.
No.
She ordered me.
Of course she did. People deserve stuff in life for a number of reasons. People don't deserve stuff when they've shit on people for years. They've scammed money out of people for years, which is all factual. I'm not making anything up here. It's all factual. She's lied on people. She's emotionally manipulated people. And she's still showing behaviors that she did. So no, people don't deserve that. People deserve stuff, in my opinion, when you work for it and you earn it. I learned that lesson when I was like 21. I don't understand why these people don't learn it. It's like this entitlement. Deserve something, entitled to something. Because we know after all these years, remember when Jen was in the apartment, all the dry begging, oh, I'd really like this table for my diamond art. Oh, I'd really like this chair for my diamond art. She didn't deserve any of that shit. And people gave it to her. And she was addicted to that. Because she knew she had a financial money train that was coming into her whenever she needed it. She was addicted to people sending her money. And these people now are getting her back up to that point again. And we know what happens when she, is getting money in and then she stops getting it in. What happens? Then she starts going behind the scenes. And she'll tell people X, Y, and Z stories that she needs money for something. My car broke down. I need an air conditioner. I need a mattress topper. It's not going to stop. And the people supporting her over there are showing her by their actions that it doesn't have to stop. So again, based on what we've seen in the past, we've seen what happens. And eventually, the same thing's going to happen. And she's not going to be hanging out with these people anymore, or vice versa. And she'll be back on her platform with nobody in there. Let alone money coming in, or groceries coming in, or a Christmas tree coming in. That's going to stop.
Four different things on that list. And I told her, like, wow, that in the beginning I told her I didn't want to. We kind of, she's like, do it anyway, do it. So I put that list up, and she was able.
Remember, the people told her to do it, guys, and she just had to do it. She had to do it. She can't say, no, listen, I'm doing this on my own, which is what she told me all over the summer. I don't need anything. I'm doing this all on my own. I'm making good money. I have money saved. I don't need anything from anybody. I don't need anything from anybody. I don't want anything from anybody. But here it is. Somebody forced her to make that wish list. And I hope those people bought everything, because if not, they're broke-ass bitches. Yes, I said it again. Because don't pump somebody up to make a wish list unless you're not going to pay for it. And isn't it funny yet again that Jen had to bring it up on this live? Oh, I wanted to thank so-and-so. Wanted to thank so-and-so for buying this stuff off the wish list. Oh, I didn't want to do it, but they told me to. Good. Tell She Extra when hell freezes over. And good night.
How it sent it to her address or whatever, she was able to get what, just a couple pieces of it off there before somebody else went in there and, like, you know what I mean?
And it pisses them off. People like Scammy and company, if you want to call it that. It pisses them off that you are doing better.
Ah!
It
God,
upsets
I can't wait till that blows up in her face.
No, I'm scared. I'm scared and nervous right now.
I can't wait till that blows up in Amanda's face.
I don't know how to say it. That's why I'm glad you came up, because
like that's an audio clip I'm gonna have to save. Because that'll be a laugh track.
Really tell you, I'm scared of what tomorrow's gonna bring.
Wait, what is tomorrow? What is tomorrow supposed to bring? Which was today.
If the good mom really comes in front of me tomorrow and gets that lifted.
If the good mom comes in front of me tomorrow, what is she talking about?
She won't come to you first and get it lifted. It's a process.
Right.
Nobody's sure of the problem.
Once it's lifted and she does come in front of me, I'm scared.
Hello, Miss Amy.
What's gonna happen? Like
Holly, it didn't happen. What happened? Wait. Holly was going to drop the restraining. Wait, what? What? I'm gonna need some clarification here, Scam. Oh, come. Can you? Are you allowed to? Are you allowed to discuss it? Or are you not? Oh, okay. So don't say anything then. I don't want to put anything out there. I'll go back and look at it, and I'm not gonna put anything out there. Holly was in a live, and they made up. Okay. Take her to see the cemetery. Okay. Yes.
Jen's sister Tammy went to the courthouse at like 7:30 this morning to obtain a restraining order, possibly against Jen and Holly. And she got a temporary one against Holly. And then Holly showed up at 9 o'clock to try to drop hers. But instead of that happening, they served her with the restraining order from
Oh,
Tammy.
no. Oh my God.
And then Holly was mad
Oh, Jesus.
because one of the conditions of the order states that all pew-pews must be removed from Holly's home.
I didn't even
And
know we had any.
she's not happy about that, apparently, from what I was told. And for Holly to drop the order, she can't just show up and do that. They have to schedule something in front of a judge to decide that. And I think something's been scheduled, but I don't know when that is. Tammy only has a temporary restraining order right now. She does go back to court. I don't want to say the date, but she does have to go back. And from what I understand, there will be witnesses there on her behalf. And I'm providing them with videos that I have recorded where different harassing things were happening by possibly Holly, Jen, Florida Man, and whatever,
yeah,
whoever.
lot
I'm just giving them videos that may be evidence.
there's a lot of moving parts in this now. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
there's a lot of different family dynamics that come into play, and I'm not gonna delve into those. You know, some
Well,
of
that's what
it.
Jen was talking about. So
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that a visit to the cemetery didn't happen. And definitely that restraining order was not dropped today. It might be in the future, because apparently there's something scheduled. And the only reason, I'm involved is because I have a lot of the videos that could end up being evidence. And I said that they could have those. So,
Yeah, which makes sense because everybody knows you have a lot of videos
right.
regarding a lot of the people involved. You know.
Right. Yep. And I've always said if anybody needs any legal evidence, they can contact me. And so I'm going to be providing them with the videos.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of I think that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be reaching out to a lot of people that have YouTube accounts to try and find video clips of certain creators on here.
Yep. Another thing is that Sally tried to send you the screenshots from Jen and she couldn't get them to go through, but they did come through to my email, but I think they're out of order. So I'm trying to put them in order for you because I think I don't know if Sally's okay. If Sally's still in here, I don't know if she wants you to just see them or if she wants you to show them, but I'm trying to kind of put them in order because they're out of order in the email, I can tell.
If you want to read them, you can read them. You don't have to we don't have to show them because
I mean, if Sally wants me to read them.
Yeah, it's up to her. I mean, obviously, I don't want to put anything out there. Somebody just said that I was making fun of she extra having cancer. No. What I said is she said she got cancer. She got lung cancer because she inhaled it. You don't get cancer like that. I said somebody made a TikTok page of her saying that she lied about cancer. I did not say did I say she's lying about cancer? I don't think I did.
No.
I know she had C. diff a number of times. I know she does have some issues. But I didn't say she didn't have cancer. I don't even know what kind of cancer she had. All I know is she said she had surgery on her throat and she absolutely does have a scar there. But she said during the surgery, she inhaled cancer and got lung cancer. And it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Of course, FM is going live in 20 minutes. Good for him. Good for him.
Sally, I just commented back to you. Do you want me to read the messages or do you want me just to forward those on to Scammy for her info?
Allie Joe, according to what she said, is during the surgery, when they did, the surgery on her thyroid, something cockamamie, like they cut the tumor open and she inhaled it and she got lung cancer. I mean, I'm not making that up. It sounds like something you'd make up, but I'm just repeating the story.
Sally said it's whatever you want to do, Scammy.
It's up to you, Sally. It's up to you. I could care less. It's your messages, so I'm not gonna say yay or nay. It's up to you. If you want to just keep it between us, that's fine also. I don't care. Okay, Scam, you got the go ahead.
Okay, so hopefully these are in order, because again, I think the email just kind of sent them a little out of order, so I'm doing my best to figure out what order they go in.
Jen is saying Sally text is a lie. Well,
no, it's no, it's definitely from Jen. Like she shared, like in these messages, she shared Florida Man's live and invited her to come over there. So in these messages,
she's inviting everybody into her lives.
Yes. So her first message to Sally says, this is from Jen, "Your turn next, boo-boo."
Oh. Is she channeling her inner Maggie? Your turn next, boo-boo.
Yeah, right. Next she'll be saying, send in.
Send in. Hello?
Send into my GoFundMe. And then Sally says, WTF are you talking about? You send messages, then block me so I can't respond. You have issues. And then she sent an invite or shared the Florida Man live to Sally. And then let's see. She says to Sally, "You scared to come to the live."
Oh, you scared? How old is she? Like 12? Like seriously? Like we used to say that stuff like,
I know. You chicken.
Hey guys, let's go play kickball. No, I don't want to. Oh, you scared you're going to lose? You scared?
And then Sally replied, "No, I don't set with Florida Man, someone that stole all that stuff and was on live bragging about it."
No.
And then Jen said, "You're," and it's spelled WOUR, "you're a loser."
Ah. Remember, she's a loser. Why? Because she helped Jen bring her.
No, Jen called Sally. Yeah, Jen called Sally a loser. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's the same woman who brought Jen closer to where she lived to try to get her a job, to try to get her in a shelter, and to have her somewhere close for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So she wasn't alone. But Sally is the loser.
Oh, and I was told to say hi to Amanda, who's streaming. Thank you. So yeah, she used the wrong version of "your," of course, though. And then Sally.
I make mistakes sometimes too, and then I post it. I'm like, damn it, people are going to say something because I'm a former teacher. Believe me, the stress is real on that.
And then Sally replied, "I would talk about a loser. I'm not on an app dry begging, crying around and shit. Go dry beg some more. That's what you do best."
Mm.
And then Jen says, "Who is dry begging? Are you talking about T or Scammyclaus?" And then Sally replied in all caps, "You." All right, hold on. I got to make sure these are in order. And then Jen says, "I haven't been doing that."
Wait a minute. Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, let's go backwards a little. Oh, I really don't have any groceries. FWA sends her a gift card. Oh well, I'm short on this X, Y, and Z because, and then Megan sends her groceries. Oh well, I would love to decorate, but all my decorations were lost. That really? You know, this is the thing. People always say, what is dry begging and all that. Everybody in here, there's stuff that we want to get that we can't right now. Okay? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's stuff that Scam would like to get right now, but she can't do it. The difference is we don't fucking talk about it. You know what I mean? There's stuff that we all would like to get. But who the hell talks about stuff they want to buy on an app? Especially somebody who has done this for years and knows that sometimes it works when you do it. And that's dry begging, especially when there is a track record of it. I mean, this isn't something, we're pulling out of our ass. And this is something that indeed Amanda used to call Jen out for. Just because you apologize to somebody doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Apparently,
Yeah.
Jen is effing mad that I'm reading this. Apparently,
Good, because you know what? I have no loyalty to Jen because I tried. And there was quite a long time there that she and I were emailing back and forth. And things were good with us. And I was giving her a lot of praise because she said that she was doing great. I can't tell you how many messages I sent her via email saying how proud I was of her. And you know what? Sugar boom boom, exactly. You know what I got for that? I got grief from some people for that. But I didn't care because the right thing to do in my heart was that if Jen was doing all these things and she was doing great, as she said, and she was on her own making it, and she was doing all these things that were better, as we always say, that's what we want. That's what we want in people. But when it turned for me, was when I heard that recording where she accused Homie of doing that stuff and accused a lot of other people of doing that stuff. Because that showed me, and that was back in, when was that recording? April or May? So the whole summer when we were emailing back and forth, she had already done that shit. So all that time we were messaging back and forth and I was praising her and this and that. She had already done that shit. So she hadn't changed.
Yep. And then I caught her in lies after that because she said that she was talking to the FBI about Snark and all these other things. And now she claims she lied about that. Why?
Because she sits with her now. She sits with her now.
And she asked for Snark. She asked me for Snark's information. And I'm like, no. She was asking me for different people's personal information. I was like, no, I don't do that.
So listen. What is that it? Are there any other messages?
Oh, yeah, there's much more.
Oh, keep going.
This is like a...
Should I pop
This is
some
like a story time.
popcorn? Should I pop some popcorn?
Well, yeah, sure. I'm eating chocolate ice cream. So let me go back to what. Okay, Jen had said, "Who was dry begging? Are you talking about T or Scammyclaus?" And Sally replied back, "You," in all capital letters. And then Jen says, "I haven't been doing that." And then Sally says, "You're the one getting all the shit." And Jen says, "Who's giving me shit? That's gross."
When was this? When were these messages from?
I think they're last night.
Oh wait, so she just said who's giving? Now when she said shit, does she mean like the stuff she's getting?
I don't know. I think she was trying to be funny.
Oh, okay. Because I was
Jen.
if she's referring to stuff, like who's giving me things, groceries twice, Christmas
Yeah,
trees,
right?
ornaments, money for a GoFundMe. So yeah, you're getting stuff. And like I said, listen, everybody's over there. Open up your fucking wallets, okay? You've only got $125 in that GoFundMe. Okay? $700. Get it up there. Come on. Get the money up there.
Sally says these are from last night and the last two before. So hopefully I have them all in order, but if not, I think
That's
you'll still
okay.
get the gist of their conversation. So then Sally says, you're saying, oh, I wish I had Christmas decorations. What did you get? Christmas decorations and more.
Oh, exactly.
Monster and
Exactly.
Florida Man doing a GoFundMe for you. That's disgusting. Jen says, nope, you're wrong again. Well, what's she wrong about?
Yeah, Jen, what is she wrong about? Because lo and behold, you got Christmas stuff from Monster because you just said it in the live I played. And we know there's a GoFundMe. So what exactly is Sally wrong about? Makes no sense.
And then let me see. She said, do you feel better? Jen said. I don't know why she said that. And then Sally, when she had said, nope, you're wrong again, Sally had said, nope, it's on a video. I seen it for myself. And then let me see. I don't know if these are out of order, but then at one point Jen says, what? And then Sally said, oh, yeah, on the school bus when your mom bout beat your A off for giving BJ's on the school bus.
Oh,
No.
no. I don't want to hear
I know. Well, that's... Or try to fight, and then it says, or try to fight...
I don't want to hear anything. Don't, I don't want to hear. I don't know what you just said, but don't put anything salacious out there. I don't want that stuff.
Okay, well, she said, well, Jen's accusing her of being a liar. And then Sally says, I don't do shit like y'all do. I don't look people up and record people. And Jen says, just stop, liar. I'm going to give them all the Florida Man. Bye. And then Sally says, prove me a liar. I didn't lie about nothing. And Jen says, no need to keep running your mouth. You can't even spell. And she says, well, give them to him so I can see it too. And
Yeah,
she says, Jen says, I will prove it. You think I'm kidding? And Sally laughed. And then Jen says, laugh at yourself, liar. And then Sally said, at least I didn't sell my kids. And then Jen said, bye. Oh, and then that's when she talked about the school bus because it was out of order.
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah. And then Sally said, I seen a video of you fighting with your sister and I do believe them over you. And then Jen said, stop being a pick-me. It's someone gross. No one...
pick-me?
Yeah. No one fought. Pathetic. Bye, liar.
So, wait a minute. She says Sally's a pick-me?
Yeah.
I have never even seen Sally in a box.
Yeah. And then Sally said, I am no pick-me. You don't see me box hopping, do you? Getting food. She said, getting food donations. Who's the pick-me bitch?
Oh,
and then Jen had blocked her. And then that's actually when the your turn next boo-boo stuff came up. So yeah, sorry, they were kind of out of order, but
let me tell you something. It's funny.
Oh, there's something else too.
Wait, hold on. So, Sally, I need to ask you, and please don't take this personally, okay? Do you come into my lives like all the time? Because I'm gonna be honest. I don't like. There's a lot of times I don't look at the chat because I'm looking at my iPad or something. But I don't even see you in here. Like I've seen you a couple times and that's it.
I've seen her occasionally.
You're here all the time. And listen, like I
I've seen her
said, don't
occasionally.
take it personally. But in order to be a pick me, it's like you have to make sure people see that you're there all the time, making comments all the time, agreeing with the host all the time, jumping in a box all the time. That's what a pick me is. And don't take it personally, but I don't remember you being in here all the time, which absolutely goes to show that you are not that person that she says. And about the lying, I love it. When Jen is called out for lying, instead of her admitting it, she'll just turn around and call you a liar.
That's what she's doing. Yeah.
Like, remember how many times did Scammy send you money? Well, I have, I only have the one receipt, I couldn't get the other one. I would have to say 9 or 10. Really? 9 or 10? Really? 9 or 10?
Didn't she say it was like $200?
I don't remember a number. All I remember is 9 to 10 times that I sent money.
Okay.
So
I could be wrong.
then she lied about that. I never said 9 or 10. I didn't say that. I said it was the one for like $1 and I sent it back. Then it was another one for like $1.07. So I made that video of her and where she lied. She hasn't answered that one yet as to how was it 9 or 10 and then, it was only 2. Right. She said it like 10 times. She kept saying, oh, yeah, she's 9 or 10 of
10
them.
times.
She's lying. Scammy's lying. She sent me 9 or 10 of them. Yeah. In fact, let's go to the videotape, but keep reading. I'm going to mute for a minute. Okay.
Yeah. There's not a lot more. This is the last screenshot. And again, they were a little out of order, but Sally said to her, go for it, Jen. I have nothing to hide like you do. Send him everything. Hell, I will if he wants me to. He don't fucking scare me. Prove me wrong. Please do. Jen says, my pleasure, sweetie. I recorded all our phone calls. Saved every message. You're a liar and lied to everyone you was in the box with. And then she said, do you have our phone calls recorded? I do. Sally said, no, but it's all good. Post them.
Hey, Sally, what state do you live in? Do you live in Ohio?
I think it's the same as Jen.
Is it Ohio? Ohio. Alexa, is Ohio a two-party state for recording phone calls?
Ohio is a one-party consent state for recording phone calls. This means you can legally record a conversation if you're a participant.
One party.
Needing to inform or give permission from the other party. Would you like to know about call recording laws in other states?
No, thank you. Damn, that sucks.
But I don't think she has them recorded. That's like how Florida Man says he has all these phone calls recorded with me, but yet he hasn't played any yet because they don't exist.
Alexa, off. Now, she didn't break the law, though, because it's a one-party state, so she could do that. But word to the wise. If you decide to speak with Jen on the phone, be careful if you live in Ohio, because she will record you. And I would definitely look up what the rules are in your state if you're going to have a phone conversation with her. Because if you are in a two-party state, chances are she will record you. And if she does, guess what would that be considered, what is it called? What's the thing that that she got?
It's wiretapping laws
Well,
is
not
what it is in
wiretapping.
Pennsylvania.
Something harassment. What was the thing that Earl brought her up?
Telecommunications harassment.
I wonder if that could be considered telecommunications harassment.
Well, in Pennsylvania, it's also violating the wiretapping laws because we are a two-party state. So yeah, call me and record me, Jen, because I'm in a two-party state.
You talked to her, right?
It was a long time ago. I mean, I haven't talked to her in over a year on the phone, I don't think, but I talked to her once, but I was not in Pennsylvania at the time.
Well,
within the last year, I was in New Jersey once when I talked to her, like a couple months ago, and then prior to that, it was like really, really long ago, and I was in Pennsylvania. So, and I don't think she recorded me. I don't think she has any of these recordings, but she can call me and record me now.
Well,
She wants.
I think that you know, people should be careful. You know, if you're gonna talk, and for anybody, if you're gonna talk to somebody on the phone, take a look at you. Take a look at the rules and the laws in your state, because got to be careful. You know, if she's saying that she's recording people, expect if you talk to her on the phone, you will be recorded. Here, let me play this quickly, if you don't mind.
Like lay back off TikTok, and I just was working my ass off. And Scammyclaus was like, "Where are you working?" And then I had to move out and get my own apartment, which I'm not in sober living anymore. I'm in my own place, right? And because she said she wanted to help me find an apartment and everything.
No, I never. I never. I don't think I ever said that. If I did, it was during that time I was talking to her, and yeah, I would have fucking helped her find a place. Absolutely. If she needed my help, I was willing to help her back in the summer and all that. Damn, yeah.
There's somebody in here who did actually help her find a place, by the way, because I saw them in the chat.
Yep.
Area that I was going to be, I was looking for an apartment at. And sure enough, it took me a hell of a time. Women helping women helped me find this apartment and the other apartment. And because I'm on that domestic violence program, I sit over there and say, "Oh, she's lying about her DB." No, I'm not. Did I take 100 times over? Yes, I did. Is he here with me now? Hell no, and he never will be with.
That's not the one I wanted. Hold on.
Sally made a comment in there that I want to point out, and I remember this. Sally was gonna let her move in with her at one point, and she's glad that her nephew had a dog living there, because that was the reason that Sally was like, "You can't move in here with like your dog and his dog, and you know what I mean. It wouldn't work out." But Sally was, yeah, considering it. Yeah, thank goodness that didn't happen. But I remember that. And I remember Sally brought her, was it like Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner? Brought her food and everything.
Yeah, it
Brought
was
her
Christmas.
cigarettes.
It was Christmas.
Oh, she wouldn't do it because of his
Celebration.
dog. Yeah. Oh, you were going to do it. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yeah, I
thanks for
remember
the
her
info,
bringing
too.
her stuff. She expected Sally to run all around on a holiday and bring her the
I
meal and
remember
cigarettes or
that.
something.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Here, this is the one that I was. This is the video I wanted to play. Here.
Jen, where are those other 9 payments I made you?
Who said that there's been 10 payments, Sammy? I've always said there's been 2. One was $1 and one was $1 and a penny, and I refunded one of them. So where do you get 10 at? Okay, replay that. Send me the clip. Send me the clip that I said that. Send me the clip that I said that. You're making my case stronger. Thank you. I appreciate that.
In total, you don't need to show screenshots or anything like that, Jen. But in total, how many payments has Scammyclaus made to you? Just roughly. There's been like, I would have to say several, because I would refund it, but I only got those screenshots I sent to you, so. Well, that's why I say I got all the screenshots, but just a rough estimate, because we're just talking right now. I would probably say ballpark about 10.
Oh, I love that. I'm the liar.
Yeah, because they ran around saying all that, and she said she had proof, and she never had proof. But that's the thing. They tell these lies, and either they realize they're busted, and they just stop saying it, and they just figure everybody's gonna forget about it, or they just keep telling the lie like as if it's true. But they still don't show proof of any of the stuff because they can't.
But this is the whole mantra over there is this. We don't need to show the proof. We don't need to show proof because I've seen it. I've seen it and it's real. We don't need to show the proof. How many times have you heard that? Oh, I've seen the receipts. We don't need to show them. We don't need to do that. But most people with common sense will sit there and say, no, we do need to show the proof. If you're going to make this allegation, yeah, you need to show that indeed what you're saying is the truth. And that's the biggest difference. That's the biggest difference. You know, and this is an example, okay? You know, in that, for those of you that weren't here, I'll read you and show you those messages again that Jen sent me, okay? This was on a burner account. Come on, Scammy, let's talk. I didn't know who it was. I said, don't know who you are. I love talking. And by the way, this is the account if you want to block it. Take a snapshot of it.
Yep, I did that and blocked it.
So that's her burner account. A new one, obviously, 00. Okay, so that's the first one. And then, it's Jen, come to my live. We have a lot to discuss. And I wrote, what could we possibly have to discuss? A lot. Don't be shy. Come on over. Like I said, she's very nice about it, right? Because she figures, hey, if I'm nice, you know, maybe she'll come over. And then it turned into, you said some false things about me, so come on over. And I said, I'll pass. Thanks for the invite, though. You're scared. Thanks for letting me know.
Oh, wrong version of you're again.
Yeah. Another you're. You're scared. Thanks for letting me know. So that's what I said to her. I don't think she liked that because then she said, and a liar. And then I said that, and that was it. But who did we just prove was a liar multiple times tonight? God, I love receipts.
Someone said that Florida Man is live. I'm not sure if that's true, but somebody in the chat did say that. I'm just wondering if Jen is in the box crying yet and promoting her GoFundMe.
Hey, listen, like I said, everybody send money to that GoFundMe. Listen, you know, all the people over there, Mitch fucking loves everybody over there. I hope Mitch sent money. I hope he did. You know, all these people over there that are constantly saying, I love you, oh, I love you. Send her fucking money. Don't be cheap bitches. Don't do it.
I hope Spread Love sent money.
It's only $125 that you've raised so far for over 12 hours. Shit, I raised over $1,600 in less than 8 hours. Y'all are behind. He apparently playing your phone call, Scam Slam.
I don't know what phone call. With who?
Who cares? Who cares?
I don't have anything to hide in my phone calls either. I don't do slimy shit. So
exactly. So yeah. So who's the liar? And you notice, I guarantee you, and I'm not listening over there because I don't waste my time with that. I guarantee you, nobody said to her, "Wow, Jen, you did lie, huh?" I guarantee you, nobody. I guarantee you, nobody said to her, "Jen, you freaking lied there," because you know what? If somebody didn't call her out for that.
Buckskin Rider, I don't have a stepson. I don't have any stepchildren.
Oh my God.
I've been saying that for over a year now.
Jesus Christ. She was never married to the guy. How could she have a stepson if she wasn't married?
They're showing the son of somebody that I broke up with like 16 years ago.
Why don't I don't get this?
Is the child of every person I ever dated my stepchildren now? Because if that's the case, I'd have like 8 stepchildren. Because some of them had, you know, children from previous relationships.
I don't think people realize that if you're not married to somebody, that that person's child cannot be a stepchild to you. It only happens when you get married, and then the stepchild.
Does that mean that Florida Man is the stepfather of 13's children because
they dated?
He was with her. Yeah. Just wondering.
I mean, it really makes no sense. And again, you know, the problem is this. All they can do is recycle. They recycle the same stuff. And they try to give it a new set of legs. And, you know, the recycling of it is constant. And when they can't find something to recycle that, you know, nobody's like, oh, wow, that's new, because it's not, then that's when they start making up the lies and all that. Because then they got nothing else. You know, it's like, come on, everybody sees it. This, you know, it's not a shock and it's not a surprise to what goes on in those lives. Okay, we know exactly why Jen is in those lives. Okay, we know exactly why She Extra went into Snark's live. We know this. We're not dumb. There's a reason behind it. There's a reason behind it. Yes, Jim Jones. Jim Jones. If you guys don't know who Jim Jones...
No, he's like a Timu Jim Jones.
Yes. He's a Timu Jones. If you guys don't know who Jim Jones is, check it out. Check him out. Check him out. Jim Jones had a way of speaking with his followers where everything he said, they believed. Everything. It didn't matter what it was. Never showed proof of anything. And whatever came out of his mouth, his followers believed. And unfortunately, in Guyana, what happened was Jim Jones was so paranoid and was so mentally ill, and if I remember correctly, he was also a rug user, that he was paranoid that the government was coming after him and they wanted to, you know, dismantle his whole, you know, his whole little town that he built down there with his parishioners, his followers. And he convinced them to drink poisonous Kool-Aid. And because of the fact these people believed everything that came out of Jim Jones' mouth, they did it. Because they believed everything he said without ever showing proof. There are definitely parallels, not a lot, you know what I mean? Just the listening to what person says and believing it without questioning. Obviously, I don't think they're that far gone over there where they're going to drink something that's going to off themselves. But you understand the parallel. It's crazy. Yep. Yeah, probably. Probably, Breeze. I know. Arkansas, you know, that was, you know, obviously I was little when that happened, but I remember seeing stories about it as I got older, and, you know, I look at a lot of things like that. You look at David Koresh. You know, you take a look at a lot of interrogations on YouTube of people that are absolutely out of their mind. Okay, one of my favorite people to take a look at her. Take a look down this rabbit hole. If you don't know who Diane Downs is, okay, research Diane Downs. Okay, do the background about what she's in prison for, and listen to her parole hearings. She, to this day, doesn't think she did anything wrong. And here's a shock. She blames it on everybody else. Nothing was ever her fault. Somebody else did it. She is the pillar of honesty and respectability. What she thinks she says is the truth all the time. And everybody else listening to her at these parole hearings, all of these people over the years that had interviewed her, especially before she was taken into custody, everybody knew she was full of shit. But they let her talk. You seeing what I'm saying here? Let him talk. Let him talk.
Yep. Let him talk because I'm recording everything for evidentiary legal purposes.
Yep. So, yeah. So, okay, that I think covers Jen for today at least. Guys over there, get your GoFundMe's in. Come on. Get the GoFundMe's in. Last time I checked, it was only $125, okay? It is well short of the 700. So get that stuff in today, please. You're still far behind what my GoFundMe was, so you better get down on it. Last thing I want to say is this, and then I'm gonna get off here. I already put something in my Discord about it and all that. When I had my live yesterday, Truth came in here and we had, I don't want to say we had a conversation. She was very frustrated and I kind of let her talk and say what she wanted to say and, tried to keep the conversation one where, we could discuss things back and forth. It was, you guys heard it, it was what it was. After that live, I got a call and it was from Truth. And Truth and I spoke on the phone for about an hour. It was a good conversation, I have some more understanding of what she did and what she felt like she needed to do. And she has some understanding about where I was coming from. And you got to know, Truth and I have been friends on this app. Now, remember, I say friends and all that. Truth and I have been in touch with each other on this app for quite a while. I remember a year ago this past summer, I used to listen to her overnight because she would stream people. And I'd be like, fantastic, somebody's on, So I've known her for a long time. I think you could tell yesterday in our conversation that she was very hurt by it. I was very hurt by it. And, there's a lot of people on this app that I've had falling outs with. And, some people you just let go. Because something in your gut says, yeah, there's not that something, you know what I mean? So it really hurt, this whole thing really hurt with Truth. So, I'm happy she called and I'm happy that we had a conversation. And that's what you do. I know, is everything back to the way it was? No. We'll talk some more and, but when you have a real friendship on here and that friendship is real when you text each other and you talk on the phone and, you send funny memes to each other and, all that kind of stuff. You know, those are your friends that you have on here. And those are people that are worth having that conversation with. So, you know, I just wanted to put that out there because, you know, it's important. You know, I know that there were people that were very upset about it. And I wanted to let you know that, you know, we're going to, you know, I think we will get through this, and I think that sooner or later we will be back to the way we were. But as I said, if something's important to you, and when something happens and, you know, it hurts you in your heart over it, you know that that is a friendship that is worth holding on to, you know? No, and like what you just said, Jen doesn't fall into that category. I tried with her, you know? I gave her the benefit of the doubt, and I was probably one of her biggest fucking cheerleaders, which I took a lot of heat for, but I didn't care. You know? Yeah, Jules, I know who you're talking about. So, you know, when she goes on again, you know, we so often on this app, if somebody you like doesn't like somebody, you know, some people may not go into their lives because of that, you know. And I said from the beginning, listen, still go into her lives. You know, she's funny. She has, you know, her lives are entertaining. You know, she makes me laugh, all that kind of stuff. And I said from the beginning, still go into her lives, okay? And I know that, you know, there might be some people that still don't decide to do that. And that's up to you. But don't do it on behalf of me if you decide not to go there anymore. Do it for your own reasons because, as I said, she really is a good person. And I've gotten to know her very well. And there's a couple people on here that, you know, I know very well, and I would be doing the same thing for. Because there are very few people where I have that type of relationship with them, where I've known them for a long time. But you'll know in your heart when you get into an argument with somebody, and when it hurts, when you're not talking to that person anymore, you know that it's worth fighting for, and it's worth trying to come to an understanding and having a conversation. So I wanted to put that out there. So that's about it. But I think I covered the bases for everything else today. I know that I've been getting emails, and I've been getting screenshots of stuff that I want to take a look at. And if I do come live tomorrow, I'll kind of put that stuff together. Because, again, one of the things I can't fucking stand on this app is lying. And, you know, when people are saying, oh, this person did X, Y, and Z, and then I have proof showing that they didn't do it, I'm going to show that. Because if everybody on this app would just freaking do the right thing and tell the truth and show proof when you're saying something, it would be a much better place. But when you're putting bullshit out there about people and you're not showing proof about it, and you're fucking calling DCF on people for no fucking reason, and you're calling the police on people for no other reason than your butt hurt, people have to do better on this app. Because that's just nuts. And you know, eventually what will happen is this. Eventually, somebody will screw around with that one time. They will falsely report something to police. And the police will go to that person's house when something more important is happening. And the police are tied up with something and they can't get somewhere fast enough. And now you have these police at somebody's freaking house doing some type of a investigation because some idiot on TikTok thought it'd be funny to do that. Yeah, exactly, OG. So as I said a million times, keep it on the freaking app. Keep it with people that are on the app. I mean, it is just crazy ass to me. People reach out to bosses and siblings and jobs and coworkers, and I mean, come the fuck on. If you don't see that that's wrong, then there's something wrong with you. But at this point, I'm going to get off because I am going to go call Truth's 3rd grade English teacher and tell her that Truth did not really write in cursive. It was her little friend Julie that did it. Mods, have a wonderful night. Thank you for your help. Scam, thank you for reading so eloquently those text messages. Oh, on the 23rd, I cordially invite everybody at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be reading my rendition of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Now, it may not be the version you guys know. Hint, hint. I was going to do it on Christmas Eve, but I know a lot of people have stuff on Christmas Eve, so I will be reading it for the first time on the 23rd. On the 24th, I plan on doing some cooking and baking that day. And then on Christmas Eve, again, I will do a rebroadcast of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Not the version you're used to. Okay? Thanks for coming in, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Take care of yourselves. Stay warm. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.